So I was recording. You might have heard me mention previously that I was trying to run some 16 star. Well, would you believe me? Unfortunately, that about 20 minutes into that run, which was not close to PV pace, as I mentioned in that video, which you won't see, and I'll explain why. My medication has worn off a good bit ago, so I was not at the top of my game. But regardless, long story short, I ran out of storage space on my hard drive, and the recording stopped. So I was like, well, that's not like a quick thing. I didn't have like a folder I could just explode. Turns out I still had a bunch of games like I had like Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5 and shit downloaded, and if I want to play those again, I'll just play them on my PlayStation. I don't need them installed on my computer. But while I was looking for stuff to delete, you guys know when I offhandedly mentioned that like, oh, I have this footage and that footage from the past. I'm not exaggerating when I say that even though I have not been uploading, I have been steadily recording for years. And it's usually I spend a long time working on a script for a big long form project, and then just for one reason or another something fucks up. I did want to show you this because I thought this was funny. I was like making sure to get like, you can tell that I've like arranged all of this shit so that like people know how cool I am, and then I immediately sit down and knock it all over. I thought that was very funny, but that's not what we're here for today. At least I don't think it is. No, that's not what we're here for today. But what are we here for today? That's what I'm not 100% sure of. I want to play some Word Factory. This is a cool little game that I found. I can't remember where from, but I think you might think it's a cool little game too. And I'll show you how it works by typing in our own word, which is Mario. And we will play. So in Word Factory, you move the camera so that your... Whoa! That trips me out. Anyway, as I was saying, in Word Factory, you really don't have a lot to work with, right? Like let's say you have your eye factory here. And that right there is easy enough. We need an eye. We just connect that there, right? Easy as. So we hit play, and you can see, oh, there goes the eyes. And we can speed it up a little bit since we're doing this for the sake of showing it off. It should definitely be moving faster than that. But whatever. You get the point. The eyes move and they go up. So how, pray tell, where are the other, like I said, you have eye factories only. There are no other types of factories. So how are you going to get all of this? How are you going to get all this other stuff? Well, one tool that you have in your arsenal here is the bender. You can pop an eye into the bender. Oh, would you look at that? It becomes a C. So another cool thing that you can do is how do we make... I know how to do it. I'm just trying to remember the word for it. Because we need a flipper, right? I believe it's just called a flipper. Because right now we have a C. But let's say we put that C into a flipper. And it's a backwards C. But now, what if we were to throw one of those bad boys on there? And then put these here. Well, my brother, that's a merger. And what happens when you squish together a C facing that way and a C facing that way? You get the fifth letter that we're looking for in our word up here. And then the only tool we haven't talked about to this point is the rotators, right? Where it kind of does. I think we actually are... I can just go ahead and show you. Because I believe to make this A, we are going to have to employ the services of a rotator. Yeah. But anyway, that's much ado about the mechanics. The goal is to try and build the word with as many factory pieces as possible. So let's go ahead and see if we can do the Mario. So I think the best place to start off with is, I think this R is actually going to be decently easy. And also, full disclosure, I'll show you with this. I can click on the little magnifying glass over the letter and it will show me how to do it. Like, I've built all of these letters before, so if I were to click on it, it would tell me the recipe, but I don't remember. And if like that kind of just feels the same thing as just like looking up how to make each, like it just seems like it defeats the purpose if I'm trying to have a little challenge. So I'm just gonna try and remember how to build all the words. So I think first things first, I'll eat your brains, and then I'll be rocking gold teeth and fangs, which to translate means that we're going to throw the I here and our flipped C here, and that is going to give us a D. And so I think, therefore, I am going to put a triple merger here, and then we're going to pop our D on there. Just all right, I could have phrased that in a different way. Okay, so how we got there is like obviously the D, and then if you add two I's, one of them goes under here, and then the other one kicks down under here. That one feels a little bit, I wouldn't say necessarily a stretch, but you know, not all of them work that way, I guess. I can't remember the specific example, but there's some of them where like you put two symbols together and you're like, oh, that's that 100%, and then it's not. The ones like the R make those ones a little bit more frustrating. So let's look at this A. I feel like I remember being able to bend something into an A. What happens if I bend the R? Oh, I can't see. I've never done that before. Let's see if it's an A. Why don't we? And I guess we can get a little update, and you can kind of see what's going on here. I do hope that it actually speeds up. And I don't have the fan on my computer. Ooh, and let me tell you, you can tell. It is not a secret that the fan has not been on, because that thing is hot to the touch, which is fine. You know, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter thing anyway, because here's the unfortunate truth of the matter. My initial plan was I was going to actually double tap you guys with the SM64 one today, and then upload the next one tomorrow, and then after that do this type of video that I'm doing now to hit on Friday, and then hopefully by Friday I've had times to do something like a different run. What do we get? Okay, we got a question mark. That just means that we did not get it correct. That's fine. Here's what I think the plan is going to be. Run today. You guys don't know what fucking day it is. The run from Wednesday, the Wednesday run, that will be uploaded on Thursday. The Thursday run will be uploaded on Friday, and this video will most likely be uploaded on Saturday. And then Sunday, everybody will be leaving, and I assume I'll have time to be back on my grind. Shake, we're good. Okay, cool. I really wish you guys weren't left-handed, because I really would. I feel like a lot less awkward doing it with my right hand, but it is what it is. You guys are just canonically left-handed, and there's nothing I can do about that. But I wonder if there's something I can do about the fact that this game seems to be just absolutely slogging along. Okay, that's much better. I do like the swinging animation, but okay. So back to the matter at hand. I think what I would like to do is I feel as if, because like hear me out on this one. We did 2 I's and a D to make an R. What if we were to do 2 I's and a bar, that makes an H. And now if we connect that H here, I got it, see? Because that's what, I guess that's the other thing, is that like I would love to see them make a sequel to this game, because I think it's perfect for what it is. Like it's a great game, and I come in here and plug random words in all the time. Some of the logic seems a little inconsistent, because like the bender just bending the top part of this, like I don't know what I would expect it to be, but based on some of the other things, it's not this. But once you know, I guess is the thing. So we'll go ahead and slap that in the A's. And now here's where it gets a little interesting, because I'm actually not sure how I'm gonna make an M. But I'm thinking a good place to start is with a V. So I'm going to throw a double factory here and give ourselves a V. And then let's throw another trip down and see if we can't throw the V in 2 lines, right? Surely that would work. Oof. I promise it goes so much faster than this when your computer is in 1,000 degrees. But that's fine, man. It just gives us time to talk. I've been enjoying the Mario runs lately. I regardless of how it all shakes out, this will definitely come out after the last one that I recorded. So you would not believe the PBs we or the gold splits that we just threw into the fucking gutter. Okay, so we got it. That's an M. Cool. I don't have to think about that for any longer. No, I mean it was a fun run. I'll talk about it in it, but yeah, we got some really, really nice gold splits and some really rough red ones. So that was a fun time. I'm sure you already know. Because as small as the sphere of influence on my Mario content is, I just it's like the first layer of hell. I feel like if you're here watching Word Factory or Night Shift or something, like you're truly in the fucking trenches with me, and I appreciate it. This one is a little, I guess, I don't know. I kind of want to do more stuff like this as well, because there's a lot of games that I think a lot of the charm of them is sort of taken away by watching somebody play them. So like if I can do a quick hitter just to show you what's cool about the game, then I would prefer to do that. And it's not like I get monetized anyway, so what the fuck does it matter to me if I upload a short video? But I guess, you know, for that eventual day that comes, the computer is looking out for me, because oh dude, this is going to take a really long time. And it looks like it's the R's and the O's that's holding it up, unfortunately. You know what? I might do the noble thing. I don't know why I said that. I'm not going to do the noble thing at all. I'm going to kick back. I'm going to grab some water. And I'm going to continue yapping. That's what you're here for, I assume. Because I just want to tap this word in. Dude, it is just our iFactory that's taking so long. So I wonder if we can just throw down another iFactory. Okay, I'll just do that because like it literally at the pace that it's going. And you know what? Honestly, just adding that one there might give us the wiggle room, sort of. You know, let's give it a crack. Anyway, as I was saying, this game's really cool. It has, I'll show you after this, but it has a lot of predetermined words that it has to sort of ease you into the mechanics of it. because it sort of falls into this category of where it's not really a game that you one and done. It's a game that you play the campaign of to learn how it works, and then however much you enjoy the refining of those mechanics. I guess it's similar to SM64 in that way. Like in the sense that your first run through it effectively is just like kind of figuring out how it works, and then everyone after that is more so like your own level of personal challenge, like beating the tutorial stages on this game, or the campaign stages, are very similar to like beating SM64 for the first time, or beating like the arcade ladder in a fighting game. And once you do that, you start getting into the custom word shit, and you'll see once everything sort of ties up in a bow here, that it'll have it'll essentially tell you how you compared to other people that have done the same word. And I guess like an example would be, it'll be like, oh, like in our example here, I guarantee you that we will finish with more factories placed down than your average person, because we used more than one I factory. But if you do that, then your average time, like right now, we're probably going to get a really poor overflow score, I think it's called, because as you can see up there, we have significantly more eyes than we do anything else. So because we have so many more eyes, you know, like if this were a factory that was actually producing something for sale, having that much surplus coming off of the belt would be a horrific waste of money. So they sort of evaluate your buildings on those metrics, how many connections you're making, how many factories you're using. Like being able to consolidate everything is very important for getting a high score. But you can also build different ways. Like I personally like to do the fewest possible factories method. Like if I wanted to do, and if I had known it was going to be this fucking slow from the start, I might have done it this way. You can just build straight shots like factories, right? Like I could build everything for the M factory just down on its own with its own I factory, everything for the A, and like so on and so forth. And then that would keep everything, that you would get a really fast time there because everything is effectively one-shotting. But you obviously don't get very good scores on your factory numbers. So it's cool. It's very much so like, if you like it enough to beat all of the campaign levels, you've probably got everything you need to enjoy at least a couple more sessions with the game. We're getting close as we shoot up everything. And you know what? Actually, I'm thinking of refinements at the moment. I'm sure that if we wanted to, we could pump out those V's and then flip the V and pair it with the flat piece here and make an A instead of relying on a triple factory. That's actually probably what the play should have been. Or instead of relying on, or no, maybe I'm dumb. How am I even making these A's again? I don't know. I'm definitely not flipping the V's though. Which is I would assume, the standard method of doing it. But so I am one of 43 people to have built the word. We had 12 buildings placed, which is only 2 under the global. Like literally that refinement I was just telling you about, paired with only using one I factory, would have had me matched in buildings placed. That's crazy. You can tell I'm not lying. I play this shit. It's a fun game. Overflow letters, I've never concerned. Our planes are measured in centuries, so these two don't really bother me that much. But this one, no, I'm not lying. And you can like continue editing. I don't want to do that because this is going slow as shit. And I think that's about all I have to really say about. But yeah, I'll show you. Like you can see here. Oh, well, you know what? You don't get to look at the recipes. If you want to play the game, you got to figure out the recipes on your own. but there are secret recipes. You can make numbers and like symbols and shit, so that's very cool. That's the kind of thing that I would like to see expanded on in a sequel, by the way, developers of Word Factory, if you're listening. I would love to build factories that build stories. Like, maybe you have you're building your factory that makes the name of a protagonist, but it needs to pump out stuff faster at the rate of the antagonist because the protagonist appears more often in the story. So you need to optimize your factory before, just something like that. That would be very cool. But I clicked on the wrong window. There's something about, I don't know. I was looking at OBS. Anyway, sticker book. So they use letters to make these stickers. So like, you got a key, a lock, you got like a bird guy, a little diamond. I feel like there were that like the ivy was made from like an S and an ampersand. I like that one a lot. That's the one I was thinking of. But yeah, so you can see they pop you a word of the day, so you can just pop in here every day and try one. I believe there's still some I have not done. Dude, okay, so this is what it is. I feel like I have all of these things, right? I have the key and the door. I don't know. Maybe you can figure it out when you download the game and play it for yourself. It's very good. Like I said, it's really cool. I believe it's pretty cheap typically too. But that's Word Factory. You should play it. And thanks for watching me play it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I do apologize about it's crazy how my brain, it's almost interesting, dude. You saw at the beginning, right? The content shit is something that like I just genuinely enjoy doing, and if I make something and I'm not happy with how it comes out, then I usually just sort of like pump the brakes on it. So a little bit of adversity with how things have been going over the past 2 weeks. I just haven't been around as much as I'd like, and a lot of the times where I've planned to set aside to record something, things have just not panned out the way that I wanted to. Thankfully not in the ways that they have in the past. If I were to open up a lot of those videos, you would see that they're pretty fucky, and like a lot of the audio quality is really off. I'm sure you can pause and look at the lighting I had on some of those green screens and make an educated guess on why those never made it to the cutting room floor. There's just I haven't had any technical difficulties this time. Running out of storage was the first time. And even then, that just means I finally, I have an Amazon gift card that I've had for literally months that I haven't done anything with. So I guess I'm just going to buy a nice storage solution for myself. But anyway, just if you make it this far in the video, I don't have to explain to you. I think maybe you're just waiting to see when the video cuts off, because at a certain point I'm just not even gonna have to say anything. I'm just gonna be able to hit stop recording. Where's my mouse, dude? I have to get the fuck out of here.